How's everyone
Will
doing?
you be able? Oh, sorry, Matt. Too.
What were you asking?
I was saying one more person and we'll be good to go. Toby should be here. Sean, are you able to fully play on the map tonight?
We'll find out.
Alrighty.
I got. I would say no. Yes and no.
All right. Would you like
See
to
if I
try and
can
do
get
your
the.
faction quest anyway tonight, or hold off?
Probably no in about 5 minutes. I'll see if he's asleep. Is the map up?
Oh, yes, it is. And for reasons that are beyond me, because I already saw people join, I failed to put up the link. I will do that right now.
And then my phone Discord will not connect to my car. Why? Why not? The Bluetooth is on.
There's links for those who may need them. So I don't know if David and Matthew want to talk about what you guys went through last time.
Oh,
Hey,
there's
Toby, excellent. How are you, sir?
The gang's all here.
So I guess the first thing I would ask is if David and Matthew could talk about their faction quests they did last time.
Can do. David, do you want to take that or?
Aloysius just says, "Yeah, we took care of our the dragon problem," and leaves it at that.
We made a dragon friend, Balazar elaborates. And we might have found a way to get some money to open the tavern in a few months.
How so?
It turns out there's a lot of money in the ocean. And if we can get a spell that allows us to breathe underwater, the spell we're looking at lets you breathe underwater for 24 hours. We could literally just scavenge the bottom of the ocean for all the coin we need.
Any idea how long that would take?
Few months maybe, when our wizard friend here gets to be like level 5.
Or we could buy the scroll now and roll the dice.
Yep. Wait, can you cast it even though you don't have the spell level to cast it at?
Yes, but I have to roll a Arcana check.
You would have to roll an Arcana check versus 10 plus the level of the scroll.
On a failed attempt, does it destroy the scroll?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
How much is the scroll?
150 gold.
So I'd think we wait until we're at 5th level and come back to that. But where did we leave off at on the main story? We're searching for our metal friend. Is that right?
So you have the Nimblewright detector. You've spent some time wandering around the city trying to detect him. He does have a limited range, and you're not feeling too good about it at the moment. You also have the rumors of the other guy who walked away from it, and you know of the dead bodies that have been taken to the city morgue that you believe gentle repose was cast upon them.
That's right. I think we were talking about going to the morgue.
Oh yeah, that the suspicious guy that
that I
limped
don't
away.
know.
Yeah.
He whenever we talked to Raynar, he said that someone claims he saw someone who they believe is that guy enter Growlhund Villa shortly after the fireball incident.
That was definitely a point of interest you learned about as well, yes.
All right. Do we want to go to the morgue or do we want to go somewhere else?
Toby, I see you lighting up, but I don't hear
I don't
you.
think that. Oh, you don't hear me? At all?
Oh, now I do.
I hear you
We do now.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think going to the morgue would yield fruits yet, since I not high enough to since casting the spell to speak with dead is beyond me as of this time.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, I remember Raynar. That's how you pronounce his name, right? The guy in the
Raynar,
bar.
remember? I think so. Yeah.
I remember him being um, kind of shocked about us seeing that guy walk away and like him telling us everything. I think that is our best lead after spending so much time looking for the bot.
Can we be safe to say that after our little quest with the dragon, I was able to take a long rest?
Yes, you and Dave definitely both can take a long rest.
All right, then I want to spend 10 gold and turn my familiar back into an owl.
No problem.
Ugh.
What was it? What was it before? Like, what'd you change it to?
I changed it into an octopus so that I could explore underwater without having to go underwater.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Yes, it was.
I didn't know you could do that.
We met a dragon friend, and I used a lightning underwater and almost knocked myself out.
Yeah, I could see that.
We met a dragon friend, and this is Balazar saying this. Unfortunately, he only speaks Draconic.
Sometimes, as you're just going around, you'll catch Alois is just like laughing to himself for seemingly no reason, and the lightning incident is what he's thinking of.
So looking at next goals, are talk are the two goals still current? Talk to Chatterbox and return to Gillester, or did we do those already?
The Chatterbox was that lion guy that we talked to on like the first or second session. So that one we have already done.
All right. I'll let...
Oh, okay, Chatterbox. I understand now who you're talking about. That took me a second.
Harper's. Factions.
Also, I'd like to try to sell the remaining potion of water breathing.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
did we return to Gillester for? I think that was for Toby, right?
Negative.
I'll be right back.
Negative on it being for Toby, or negative on us
No,
returning?
Gillester is Toby's Lord's Alliance contact, and I don't think you ever turned in that quest.
Oh, okay. Let's go talk to him then.
Let me bring that up.
Yeah. Lord's Alliance. Oh, right. For for doing the work, right, of guarding the street sweepers.
Yep, and killing the carrion crawler.
Right.
Thought we did turn that in.
I think we
I
did a
doubt
quick
it.
check-in.
I doubt you turned it in because I never gave you the quest that follows it.
Halfway through the 10-day, 14-day, whatever period. Yeah, for 10-day, halfway through the 10-day is when the explosion occurred, and then we were like, "Hey, you should probably check into this. This happened while we were here," but we didn't finish the 10 days, and then later we went and finished it, but then we didn't go and let him know that we did that, finished it.
Was there a
I'm
second
pretty sure we
10-day
did.
mission?
He just told us to return after 24 hours, and he would have something for you.
Well, either way, let's go talk to him.
Okay.
All right. You make your way back to the yawning portal. He's there at his traditional morning spot, having a thin gruel and some sort of wine.
Hey, Joe Lester, how goes it?
He perks up at that. Ah, yes, I've heard from my contacts. The street sweepers have had no more issues doing their work. I was a bit disappointed that my intelligence was incorrect. I was told that these were thieves and brigands causing the problem, not some sort of hideous thing from beneath the soil that have never seen the sun. But I congratulate you. Very well done.
Thank you. It's a bit disappointing that the intelligence was incorrect, but we're happy to serve and protect the citizens of the city.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have another job you can do for us that would be of great importance. I'm pasting it in your thing under Lord's Alliance missions.
Hmm?
Hanko the Swordsman, an evil adventurer who was exiled 3 years ago for attempting to bribe a city magistrate, has returned to Waterdeep illegally. We think the Xandar Guild is using him to incite violence. He was last seen recruiting Kienku in the dock ward. That's those bird people you fought at the warehouse. Find him and quietly put him to the sword.
All right.
Also, oh, sorry, go ahead.
As you command.
Excellent. Also, I have news for you. Due to your help with the city guard by helping the street sweepers, you're gaining some sympathy with their group. If you go to the morgue near sundown, when the watch commander goes home, because he may not see eye to eye with such issues, I have instructions from the cleric down below that they will gain you admittance to the morgue and give you 30 minutes with the bodies from the recent blast to garner what information you can. He looks about a bit, and this is a bit embarrassing, but you might be able to get the cleric to cast some spells for you if you are very generous with him.
Well, everyone has a vice. Well, I
Please
much
let me know
appreciate.
how you get on with that bandit captain.
Well, the bandit captain who led us into the morgue.
No, the bandit, the Hanko Swarnhold.
Oh,
the
yes,
adventurer.
of course. Will do. Happy to serve. See you later.
Thank you. At that, he goes back to his breakfast.
All right, guys.
And
So,
I added the text of that there, just in case anybody needed to see it.
um, so I just
Alright.
talked to Lester,
What did he say?
and he said that he was thankful for our help in guarding the poop scoopers. Um, and he let me know as a thank you. Um, he put in a word for us with the guard at the morgue, and so that we would be able to get in and examine the bodies for a time period of half an hour. He did also mention that
That is convenient.
the cleric there could be convinced to offer her services in exchange for some coin.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's quite convenient. We wanted to go check out those bodies anyway, right?
Yes, I think we did. Or I did, at least.
Yeah,
Say that.
yeah.
Say that again.
I just said that we wanted to go check out the corpses anyway, right?
Yeah. Sounds like the perfect opportunity.
Dude. What time is it right now?
In game.
In game, it's just after morning. So I'm just putting it there arbitrarily because I can't entirely remember
Sure.
when the boys made it back from their swimming escapade. And I'm just going to say they went home, slept. It's now morning, and everybody's back together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shall we go and visit the morgue?
Did they say we can go visit it now, or we had to go visit at sundown?
Yeah, they said after sundown.
Oh, thanks.
We want to head over
forgot to-
there. Do we want to head over there at sundown then?
Jensen's thought is that he doesn't want to run into either Seath or Barnabas, the two magistrate protectors that they've met before, who don't like citizens getting involved in watch business. But the conclusion Jalasar seems to think is with your increased respect garnered by Lord's Alliance, you might get some room.
Okay, yeah, let's head over there later then, when those two aren't around.
What would you like to do during the day?
Do we want to go swimming, if you know what I mean?
Swimming with the fishes?
Literally, I guess. Hey, Aloysius, you still got that water breathing potion?
Yeah.
How long does it last?
It only lasts
10
an
minutes?
hour, unfortunately.
An hour. That's something.
Yeah? We could see if we could scavenge for some coins.
I mean, we could sell the potion, buy the scroll, and just see if I can successfully cast it.
That's fair. How much would the potion
What-
usually go for?
The potion? I think the potion's like 250 gold to buy.
What will be what's the difference between drinking the potion and casting a skull? Wouldn't that just essentially
23 hours, that's the difference.
Yeah.
The
23
spell-
hours, and the scroll I can apply to everybody in the party. So we could
Oh.
literally spend morning till we start to get tired doing nothing but manually dredging the bay
for coins. And if we can collect 1,000 gold, we can get our tavern up and running, which is a source of income.
Yeah.
Just to help you out, the potion is 250 gold, and the scroll is 150.
I think that's a good bargain. If we sell the scroll, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it's not like we're gonna be set back if that happens, because we can always buy the scroll again when we get to 5th level and do it then.
Aloysius, how much confidence do you have that you'll be able to cast this?
I am young and overconfident.
All right.
All right. I vote
do you say that?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, let's give it a shot.
Is that what we're doing next?
Yep.
You mind terribly if we just stay in the tavern? Well, actually, I'll take you to the main map. That actually makes much more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so you stop by the nice scroll maker guy you've met before. Oh, wait a minute, what was his name? Rishal, and you spend 150 gold. Somebody please debit themselves.
Are we
gonna sell the potion?
Yeah,
that's up to you. Do you want to stop by Fala's?
I would like to sell the potion.
I believe our plan was to sell the potion and use the money from the potion to buy the scroll.
Oh yeah, they're in the potions and scrolls page on the journal.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yep. I'm trying to make this one a better session than last time, give you guys more information that you can click through yourself. You stop by Fala's, and she examines the potion. She declares that it's not one of hers, but it seems to be of good quality. But she wouldn't be able to declare it something that she had produced if she were to sell it. She will offer 200 gold.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
there you go.
Hold up. This I'm gonna make a charisma roll, but also
Okay.
We're giving this potion, selling this potion to you, saves you the time of having to brew it yourself. That's time and energy saved.
She narrows her eyes at you. She says that is true. But what if the potion performs poorly? It will be my name on the results. And I did not brew it, therefore I cannot entirely guarantee it.
You have a
Which also means I will need to sell it at a somewhat discount. And I will need to state it as such. I do not cheat my customers. Everything I sell, I stand behind.
Okay.
200 is still above the price of the scroll, so we're still good.
Right.
That's true.
All right.
All right, and you stop by Rishal, who's always glad to see you, welcomes you fondly.
One scroll of water breathing, please.
He easily grabs one and says that'll be 150 gold. So whoever's doing the money, you're up 50.
All right, I've done that.
Thank you. All right, where to next?
Let's go to the shore.
Do y'all think it would be advantageous to look for like a old fisherman on the dock, or someone just setting sail to?
Someone really doesn't like us who works here, so we should probably stay out of sight.
Yeah, there's an old fisherman. He was drunk and belligerent last night. He might start accusing us of things. I'm pretty sure he's on drugs.
Do you think it would be advantageous for me and Toby to go look for information on famous shipwrecks, or?
I mean,
we know exactly where the shipwreck is.
We know exactly where everything is. We spent the entire last night in the water.
All right. Well, I'm following y'all.
Are you describing exactly where to your group?
Yes, I
Yes.
tell them about the story last night, about the shipwreck and the dragon we met, his name.
They point out to you on the relative map where the shipwreck debris seem to be most concentrated.
All right. Well, oh yeah, it's good for everyone. Let's hop in. Do we need to stow our clothes and belongings somewhere?
I don't think so.
I would have left my chain armor at our tavern before I came down here. So I'm
Okay.
going to unequip that right now.
That's a good idea.
Is anybody else leaving your armor on or taking it off?
Because I'm
go-
not leaving it up here because I don't want someone to steal it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my mail and shield at the tavern as well. And my mace, because that's heavy.
I'd keep your mace because then you can break
Yeah, I'll leave the
boxes
question
and
at the
treasure
base.
chests in the water.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's probably 4 pounds, kind of heavy, but I guess I can.
We can breathe
that.
underwater, so it's not like we need to worry about being weighed down.
Yeah, true, but like, when your clothes get wet, you get heavy. And
yeah, I'm doing it for mobility sakes. But
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Are we ready to try this?
Is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Give us a roll. DC 13 is your target. Ooh, okay. So let's see here. It grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range the ability to breathe water until the spell ends. Spell ends for 24 hours. You have your normal rate of respiration, and you can talk normally underwater, but this does nothing for your movement ability.
And Aloysius says, if you see a large bronze dragon swimming around, do not panic.
He is our friend.
He is friendly.
Oh, wait, like a real dragon?
Yes, a real
Yes.
bronze dragon. He will be huge. He is friendly. Do not be scared.
And most importantly, do not cast lightning magic underwater. Lightning and water do not mix.
Yes, you don't want to end up like Aloysius last night here.
Luckily for you,
Yes, I was laughing so hard I would not be able to see a threat coming and warn us.
Yes, he was
So
laughing
nobody
so
do
hard
anything
after...
hilarious.
Took me a minute to figure out how to make a scroll. It should now be in your inventory, Dave.
I mean, I just cast it, so it's gone.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant so that you could cast it on the board if you wanted to.
Oh. Let me find it.
All right.
I was trying to make it fun.
There we go.
There we go.
Excellent, excellent. All right.
All right, everyone.
Water is cool, but not too bad.
All right. I just start walking in the water until...
And it gets deeper and deeper until you hit some rather heavy muck.
Start swimming all the way...
So eventually you do find the remains of a shipwreck. It looks like it's been in the mud for some time, is rotting. On close inspection, you can see that its cargo hold is completely caved in and any wooden containers in it are completely fallen apart. But every once in a while, in the silt beneath your feet, you can see the glint of a coin.
So what do we roll to determine what we've all collectively harvested after?
So I'm guessing you're going to take the whole day, no break for lunch?
It's kind of hard to eat underwater.
True. So here's what each of you are going to do. All 5 of you, one at a time, it doesn't matter how fast, will each roll me 4 D100s.
Okay.
You can do it all at once because the thing will separate it. So just give me 4 D100s.
All right, I'll go first.
Is there is there anything special that I could do underwater with if I use both of my magic awareness?
You could most certainly attempt to detect anything magical, but at the moment you're just seeing a lot of coins. So
Okay.
Balasar worked very hard. He scrounged, he went up, he took breaks, and he found 65 gold coins, 70 silver, and 50. Wait a minute, yeah. No, yeah, 65 gold, excuse me, 65 electrum, 70 gold, 54 silver, 99 copper. Yeah.
Electrum?
Yep. They're worth 5.
Oh man. All right. And
Wait, Electrum.
is this like
65 gold,
Is
70
this-
Electrum?
No,
it's
wait
just
a minute. It's 5. Wait a minute. 5.
Type it into chat.
it's descending orders.
Yeah.
Because it's platinum, gold, Electrum, silver, copper.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Gold, electrum, silver, copper. So, yeah.
Like that, right?
One off. Other way around, I messed it up. So it'd be 65 gold.
Don't say it. Type it into chat.
Basically, ignore the platinum and just go with the gold, Electrum, silver, copper.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Electrum is smaller than gold.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's 5 instead of 10.
I see.
All right, I'm ready to roll.
Go for it.
Is this like a skill-based thing? Or-
Nope. This is just time and luck.
All right.
There you go. You know the numbers now. Aloysius had some trouble getting gold, but he did pretty good on the Electrum.
I mean, those are the same numbers that he got.
Jensen did a bit. It looks like it was a bit of a challenge for him, though. The conditions must be rough.
Mm-hmm. I found a bunch of pennies though.
Oh, I see the arrow. All right.
Arrow?
To show the breakdown of the numbers.
Gotcha. Titus did very well. 60 gold, 68 Electrum.
Mm.
And we're not going to leave out Donovan. I will do that to help out.
And
I appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna-
Thank you.
And Donovan did rather well as well. I'm going to update your inventory and put this all in.
and without knowing if I find anything with it or not, I am going to expend both of my magic awarenesses throughout the day.
Okay. All the time underneath the water, you found nothing of any magical nature. This shipwreck seems to be phenomenally old, and anything of value has either been detected, looted, or destroyed by time, but coins last a long time. Donovan's inventory is updated with his money. And hopefully all of you else have figured out how you can just click on the number, get it to expand, and put in said numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's now getting very difficult to see down here. There's not much of a current in the harbor due to the lack of tide at the moment. You don't think you'll be able to do very well now that it's all been stirred up. Imagine if you come back in a day, you might be able to try again. Also,
what if,
Aloysius,
Jensen was
as
to
he's,
cast
oh,
light?
sorry.
What if Jensen was to cast light?
It would definitely illuminate the clear water around you, making it much easier to see. But you still got silt flowing along the bottom of the water just at knee height as you walk around in the mud, and it's almost impossible to see.
Alright.
And as you're doing so, imagine attracted by the light, you feel the pressure wave and a movement behind you, Aloysius turns around, and you see a wonderfully huge bronze dragon flit above you and then move on.
Whoa. You were right.
Of course we were right.
It was a little annoying to miss dinner lunchtime, but you feel you did very well, but you are starting to get hungry, and you're not sure how much more successful you're going to be today with the silt being so heavy.
All right. How much do we all have together?
You're asking me how much money I have?
No, I'm just thinking out loud at this point. 288.
Because I had money before picking this up.
Yeah.
It's about 158 gold, and I'm having a hard time doing the math with all the electrum because the numbers are a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
And what you said it is not entirely true. Gold coins will last a long time, but copper and silver oxidize.
Silver would make a very strong patina and would do pretty well. I think you're right on the copper, though. But I'm not going to begrudge you a pile of copper.
All right. Do we want to call it for today? And then this was after 8 hours, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do we want to call it for today and then see how much gold coins or how much we have between the 5 of us and see if we have enough? Or do we want to still go at it for another 8 hours? Or even another 4?
Well, it's getting dark, and as hard as it was to see before, it'll get even harder with all like the. Yeah. I mean, I could illuminate around me, but I don't know.
How long did we spend like searching through everything?
I'd say 8 hours, right? Or did we spend less?
About that.
Yeah, I'm fine with taking a rest and then coming back out here first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we just took
I mean, if we
8 hours.
rest and then come back in the morning, it wears off.
No, because it lasts 8 hours. We casted it right
That's
when we
24.
started.
No, it lasts 24.
Yeah, it lasts 24 hours. So if we finish now, we go back to the building, take a long rest, come back, we'd still have like 7 hours left before it wears off.
Okay. I can't argue with that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Just to
All
give
right.
you your totals, if you all were curious, it is 156 gold, 304 electrum, 302 silver, 355 copper.
Okay. All right, so we go back to the tavern, take a long rest, and then we come back here.
Yeah. Shall we go to the morgue though?
But if we come back, it's going to be nighttime.
It should be morning time by that time, because if it's 4 o'clock
Oh,
now
well,
when we're ending, and then 8 hours past 4 o'clock, yeah, okay. You're right, it would be.
My apologies, I got briefly distracted. What was the decision? Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
almost better off. Like, take a midday break, take like a short rest, get something to eat, and then come back and go till evening.
Okay.
Okay. The cleric and chapels are in the North Ward, as is the morgue.
Do we want to do the morgue right now, or do we want to wait since we still have a time crunch on the spell? Personally,
I mean, it was morning whenever we started.
Yeah.
So it's about
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we could still
We take a short
go
rest.
until it's dark. Yeah, short rest, go until it's dark, and then do the
Then
morgue.
go to the morgue.
We
All right.
want to.
I think
we
that's
want to
good.
go back to the tavern first. We can
Oh
go back
yeah,
to the
drop
tavern,
off.
drop our heavy bags off, come back.
I think that's the plan.
All right.
All right.
Drop some of our money at the tavern. Drop some of our money on food, and come back.
All right, sounds good. Do you want to look at that, or do you want to? Are we going to? I missed a page. I do apologize. Are you going to the morgue after the tavern?
No,
No.
morgue
We're not going to the
at like
morgue.
midnight. It is currently like 4 p.m.
Yep.
We'll take a short rest, spend another 8 hours
Or
looking through the water, and then go to the morgue around midnight or 1 a.m.
All right. Go ahead and take a short rest, and we'll come back to it. Are we going in right now?
I guess.
Yep.
All right. So you take a long walk down a slippery slope, which is funny doing it underwater. And you can see the silt is definitely less. You feel like you'll be at a little bit less advantage, especially since you're going to be going over the same ground you have.
well,
So
we're
everyone can,
also going across this like whole time right here, from the shore to the site. Anything if we find any along that way too.
just bits of rusted material, old crab traps,
Okay.
broken glass floaters.
All right.
It doesn't feel like you're going to do as well. You've really picked over this ground well, so the easy stuff is gone. Same rules apply. Everybody roll exactly the same, but you're going to get half.
So wouldn't we just roll 2 D100s instead of 4, or?
Uh,
I think we
But
want
you want to do,
four separate numbers to appear.
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
need.
Got it.
I need the
Four-
four categories.
Maybe
Okay.
4d50.
All right. I'll roll first.
Oh, yeah, that actually might work better since we can type it. Do 4D50 and then we don't have to do any math. Toby, you're a smart guy. Thank you, sir.
Cool. Oh man, it's really tough pickings out here.
Trying to.
Looks like Donovan's back.
I am here in
How do
voice
I roll
only.
a D50? Do I have to type
Just
it?
Just type it right out. So just /R space 4D50, no spaces.
/R space 4
D50.
D50. That's it.
Yep.
Yep.
Enter.
Perfect. Good numbers there.
And that's how we add that total.
Yep. Same rules. Gold, electrum, silver, copper. Anybody else?
Man, I only found 9 stinking gold coins. How many did you guys find? What? You found 20? What?
I did better this time.
I found 32 gold coins.
Seems the gods are cursing me with humility today.
Sorry, I'm trying to do your total for you since you asked.
All right.
That is 101 gold this time, 97 electrum, 111 silver, and 132 copper.
All right.
Pretty good.
So like roughly 450 gold in total. Converting
Or a
the
complete total of 257 gold, 401 electrum, 431 silver, 487 copper.
All right. I feel like if we were to combine all of the money we have together, like between all 5 of us, we might have enough already.
yeah. What do
What's
we
the
need to
amount we
buy?
have to reach?
1,000 gold.
Oh, to fix up the tavern?
Yeah.
It's more than that slightly.
Oh.
Yeah, we
And I
also
thought we got a
need.
discount from one of the
Yep.
people.
You will require 1,000 gold to renovate the tavern. It will take 12 days. You will require 250 gold for the licenses. You will require 60 gold every 10 day to pay for expenses after your first week. However, you were getting a 50 gold discount off of the woodworking, which will come out of your renovation cost. So that'll lower that to 950.
Oh, okay.
And you will get
So 950.
you get 2 days off your renovation time due to the cleaning work you and your positive reinforcement has done with the poltergeist.
All right. So 950 plus 250.
Yep.
Plus what?
Plus 60 after your first 10 day.
So that's 1260.
But that's
total.
also when you'll roll for your profit.
Yeah. Plus 1260. So
Was-
1260 total.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
takes 2 electrum to make 1 gold.
No,
5.
no, that's correct.
5. It's less than
Alright.
silver. So it's 10 silver to
Alright.
1 gold, or 5 electrum to 1 gold.
Oh.
I thought it was.
Alright. All right.
Yeah,
How
same.
many?
I thought
Here,
electrums were worth more than gold.
I want to add up how many gold pieces all of us just have right now. I have 255 gold pieces on me. Aloysius,
254.
plus 254. Tightness, how much gold do you have?
201.
Plus 201. Jensen, how much do you have?
153.
Plus 153. And finally, Donovan, how much do you have?
Somebody'd have to take a look.
What's that?
I also
Somebody's
did
gonna
the
have to take
math
a
to
look.
convert your water findings to the
Access.
highest denomination if you want it.
How much gold does Donovan have?
Can anybody hear me? See me?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
got you. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah. You're kind of garbled, but yeah.
Donovan has. Oh, I forgot to add in his second
Yeah.
total. Wait a minute. I wasn't paying attention because he wasn't here doing it, and I wasn't thinking. Give me a moment.
All right, I have a converter.
Yep.
My total rounded up value to gold is 400 gold, 1 silver, 4 copper.
You can also hit a button in
Yeah.
D&D or in the VTT, and it'll convert it up to the highest currency.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now, I just want to see how much just gold each of us has.
Can we just do that?
Yeah, go for it. I don't. There's banks nearby. I'm not.
All right.
I'm not gonna knock that.
Yeah.
Do we know how much Donovan has, or did we not able to get that?
Okay, Donovan has. Oh, I screwed that up. Yes,
you
36
want new
gold,
numbers?
75 electrum, 83 silver, 47 copper.
Okay, so just between gold pieces between the 5 of us, we have 899 gold. So we definitely have more than enough between all of us if we convert.
Yeah. Here's my gold after converting.
Yeah, mine's 400 gold after converting.
All right, 104, 174, 298.
261 is mine.
Whoa! How do I go back? How do I go back?
I just heard somebody a moment ago who was phenomenally faint, right before Matthew said go back. So who was that?
I'm guessing it was someone in the background.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to
What
make
was
sure
that?
we did.
How do I use that transfer or manage currency on the character sheet in Foundry?
You go to your inventory, you hit the coin thing, manage currency. If you want to convert to the highest denomination, hit the slider towards the left that says convert, and then hit the button that says convert all currency.
I
And
did
then it'll
that,
just
but
turn it.
I did that. It turned it all into platinum.
Yeah, you have no choice. So then all you have to do is
Take that number and add a 0 at the end, and that's your gold.
yeah. So you have 337 gold.
Okay. So 337 gold.
Yep. You just can take the 33, turn it into zeros, and put 33 in front of your 7, and you're back down.
All right.
Are we at the tavern or?
Looks like we're at a bank on the Southern Ward converting currencies.
Yeah.
I'll offer to take the money back to get the contractors working. I've got to rest.
All right.
All right.
And I'll take care of the contractors and hang out at the tavern.
Okay.
And you all
So-
definitely feel as if there was gold you left behind, but you're starting to hit that diminishing return where getting more is going to get harder. You could try again. It'll definitely be more work to get even half as much.
All right. If everyone could type out how much they have total in their gold in the Foundry chat, we want to see if like how much we have between all of us.
And as Balasar steps out of the water, a bronze head breaks the water's edge and watches you and gives you a toothy smile.
I wave and smile
Alois
back.
waves.
And he nods and goes back beneath the water. You get the impression he seems to have taken a shine to you, almost like you're a cute puppy.
All right. So
Did anybody else just see a giant dragon head poke out of the water?
Oh, you most definitely did, because many of the dock workers and fishermen screamed and have run from the docks in your local area.
All right. Titus, do you have 261 gold total?
Yes, that's what that number is.
Plus 261 plus Jensen, you have 210.
Yep.
That's 200. That's 1208.
Yeah.
So,
I want to interrupt with a question for the group. You're talking about things like this. How does the group feel about me opening it up so you can inspect each other's character sheets but take no action on them?
I would like that. Would anyone else like that?
Very good.
I don't care.
Is anybody opposed?
At this point, I think we're past secrets.
Yeah.
All right. Is anybody opposed? I don't have a problem.
Yeah. And I'm only gonna do it to just so we can manage the money and stuff. I'm not gonna be peeping at y'all's character sheets.
All right. You'll have to tell me how this works out, because I've never tried this feature before.
Well, I can see Donovan's, but it's just blank.
I
I
see
clicked
that.
on Titus's, and all I see is his biography.
That's what I see
Same.
for everyone.
Okay, let's use David and Titus as my example. Try. Oh, see, that's not going to work either.
Oh, I see your backstory too. Y'all see my backstory?
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's not what I wanted. I wanted you to fiddle faddle. This might not work the way I thought.
I mean, we can look at our character sheets in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the gold we get in Foundry doesn't get sent to D&D Beyond though.
I can
Yeah.
if I want to, though.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not working the way I intended. Thank you
Okay.
for the experimentation, though. My apologies for using your time. What's next?
We need to know how much gold Donovan has total. If he were to convert
Donovan
everything.
has 82 gold.
All right.
That's enough.
So yeah. So that plus 82, we have 1290 gold between all 5 of us. That's just enough to get our tavern started up. Do we feel like we want to get a little more for safety, or do we want to go for it?
Absolutely. I think we need to get a little more.
Once it's
Because
fixed up, it'll start making money.
That's true.
Possibly. Half the time it'll lose money. Well, to 40% of the time it loses money. 40% of the time it wins money. It's
The other 20% is break even, or we're missing 20% there.
Yeah, the middle 20% is break even.
You can also advertise to try and help.
That's true. I
will go do those things while everyone else is getting more gold. I'll head back to get the thing started.
Could I use
Thanks,
my
guys.
contacts to try to spread the word on the street about the new inn/bar?
That's an excellent thing to do, I think. Okay, so for the very first week, you
And
definitely
I'd
can
like
generate
to-
buzz.
Can I also go contacts I've from former people from the guard that I was in and let them know?
All right. I'll let each of you for the first week add plus 10. So as if you spent 10 gold, that's a 20% advantage on the first roll. And then past that, since there's taverns coming out this town's ears, if you two continue your efforts, I'll let you, without spending gold, each contribute 2 points. So 4% advantage. Because you do have faction, and you do have influence, and you do have friends.
We also have a talking horse. I mean, a druid who's trapped in her horse form. Won't some wizards and smart people try to help figure that out, and while they're around, buy drinks?
You'll have to see what Maxine wants to do about that, whether she's willing or not.
Also, if we're spending all of our money together to do this, we'll, out of the 1290 gold that's combined together for us, we spend the 1260, we each would have 6 gold pieces left.
Okay. I'll write down 6 then.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Do we all want to just change our gold to 6 right now?
Is that what we're doing?
That's what I just did.
Yeah, I'll take care of Donovan. He now has 6. And it will now take a 10-day for the tavern to hit any nice amount of looking.
Woohoo!
All right.
Can we still sleep there?
Most definitely, as long as you can withstand the noise.
All right. We are probably a little tired. How do we feel about going to the morgue right now?
I'm
Sounds
fine.
like a
And
plan.
to
Right now.
conclude your business, Emek stops by. He has you sign all of the contracts. He picks up a very heavy bag of gold, balances it delicately on his fingers, weighing it, smiles and bows. And he, as he walks out the door,
Don't
he
ask
says,
where that
"Good
gold
luck."
came from.
What?
Don't ask where that gold came from.
He shakes his head at that. "I never do." And as he steps out, the door slams hard behind him. And you hear someone attempt, but fail, to spit on the floor.
Everything okay out there?
Oh,
For a briefest moment, you actually see a ghostly presence flit away from the door.
Oh,
All right,
Okay.
what's next?
All right,
Let's
let's.
go to the morgue.
yep. We'll only have half an hour anyway with there, so it's not like it'll be cutting into
Yeah.
our sleep.
That's true.
All right, so if you don't mind, I'd like to just stay here at the manor, or I can put you on the world map. That actually kind of makes more sense. And you need to make your way to the North Ward, down by the Sword Maiden, where one of the main temples are that they actually keep the morgue near.
Okay.
Standing outside are two watch guards. They look you over and then step aside and said, "We've been told." And he points to shoot, I'm getting my names mixed up here.
Jensen?
Jensen, and gives a
Mhm.
bit of a nod to you and says, "For you, this counts as official business." And they step aside and open the door.
Official.
for all of us.
He only talked to Jensen, but he seems to be permitting the rest of your party to pass.
Okay.
All right. Fall in.
You step inside. It's all white marble, and it is quite cold. All of the walls appear to have frost upon them. Climbing the steps is a man in white robes carrying a small lantern.
Is this the
As he,
cleric?
what?
He's
I asked the.
He's dressed as a cleric, but as he comes closer, you see strange vestments upon him in colorings you don't quite recognize. And then you notice the most startling thing of all: his lips are sewn shut. And as he looks you all over, he puts his finger carefully to his lips, and he breathes out his nose in a hiss.
okay.
All right.
He turns around and begins descending the stairs.
I guess I'll follow after him.
After descending down the stairs for a while, you notice it's getting more chilly and more chilly the deeper you go, until it's positively frigid down here. He leads you into a marble room with slabs all over and several bodies on them. He waves his hand in an inviting gesture and waits.
um, I'm gonna pull out one of my gold pieces and offer it to him.
He cups his hands, holds it, and looks at it, and he doesn't move.
I'll offer one of mine.
He continues to not move.
I will offer one of mine.
And mine as well.
Okay. All right. So I imagine Donovan joins in. So we're now up to 5. He has not moved or done anything. He just continues to stare at his palm.
I will put
I'll do one more.
the remaining 5 in his palm.
Okay. So now we're up to 11 with Jensen. No action from him yet. He continues to just stare at his hands, almost as if he's just frozen. He just continues to breathe and stare.
I give him my 2 of mine. So
Okay, 13. Still seems to do nothing.
I turn to Aloysius. Hey man, we need his help.
Alois just grumbles and hands his remaining 5 over.
18. He still doesn't seem to move.
All right, I'll give my last ones.
At 23. At that, he reaches over, he pockets the money into a rattling pocket, steps forward and begins walking around the room, pulling the white cloths off of all the bodies. As he goes, you see an elderly female, 2 humans still wearing black cloaks, 2 female humans, and 1 male half-elf dressed in plain clothes. The 2 human females are in very resplendent clothes. 1 male gnome, his cloak is burnt, and he's still clutching a dagger in his hand, and 2 female halflings, and 2 male halflings. He then gives his hand a sweeping gesture, and then points at each one in turn, and then stares at you as if asking a question. He seems to be inviting you to either inspect the bodies or ask him for something. It's hard to tell.
I guess we should inspect the bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a investigation or a perception check?
He's probably
investigation.
Or would
he's
it be
probably
a medicine
asking what.
check?
You can do medicine check as well to ask questions. Just tell me what you want. What was that, Toby? What did you want?
I was gonna say he's probably asking who we want to speak with first.
Did you say that out loud to the group?
Ouch.
Toby, did you say that out loud to the group in character?
I did, correct.
Okay, he nods very strongly at that. Okay, back to the beginning. Aloysius, what are you investigating?
Searching the bodies for clues.
Well, the most obvious clue that's very hard to miss is the 2 cloaked males have on the black winged snake tattoo up on their arm. It is the same one you saw at the warehouse and on those bird-like creatures that you fought.
All right, yeah. I point that out to everybody.
Some other simple things you found out is the 2 female halflings look very much like sisters, as do the 2 male halflings. And all 4 of them are dressed in very nice clothing. The biggest thing you note is that of all of the people, the gnome is the one that seems to be the most damaged. So he was definitely at the origin point, center point of the blast, while everyone else seemed to possibly be at the fringes. The next 2 people who were closest to the blast were probably the 2 cloaked male humans with the tattoos. Also, the male gnome is his cloak is badly burnt. Balasar, what are you trying to perceive?
I am trying to see if there is any indication as to how worn their bodies or hands might be, to see like how far they might have run or came from, to see how far away the person who attacked was from them.
Not positive, I understand. I mean, their hands, you can see some definite calluses on the 2 female halflings. You think it might be from, it can't be field work. They're far too well dressed. Maybe musical instrument. The male gnome, his hands are heavily calloused. It looks like he is skilled at fighting from the scars and nicks he has, as does the 2 cloaked human males. Their boots are in good repair, other than the fire damage. The elderly female has very soft hands. You're not sure what she did, but probably not hard work.
You said there's an elderly female as well?
I'll give you the total rundown again, just so it's hard to keep straight. 1 elderly female human, 2 cloaked males with the Zethrum black winged snake tattoo on them, They are clad in leather armor and sheathed longswords. 2 female humans and 1 male half-elf. He was dressed in plain clothes. They are dressed in very fancy clothes. 1 male gnome wearing a burnt cloak and clutching a dagger. 2 female halflings, who more than likely play musical instruments. And 2 male halflings in colorful clothing.
That's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 bodies total.
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 11. Forgot the half-elf. I'm going to paste this up since we've gone over it a few times. I just need to delete some information. Give me a moment. What should I put this under? Do we have a category that you guys would prefer? Morgue. I'll just put it under
I think
morgue.
morgue is fine.
Nobody peek because I got to delete a name real fast.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Cover it up with my hand.
Okay, I'm done. You guys can read through that.
Mm-hmm.
I already gave away the musical instrument. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
With with my investigation roll, you all catch a glimpse of Titus inspecting a bed off to the side that has a almost like a training dummy on top of it.
Well spoken, Titus. I was going to wonder what I should give you. That was very well done. Thank you.
Wait, what happened?
He rolled a 2 on investigation.
You got a natural 1.
And just because of your awesomeness in doing that, Titus Hunter, I'm giving you a point of inspiration to use at your leisure.
Ooh.
Wait, so what did
Thank
you
you for
notice again?
doing that.
Y'all noticed while everyone else was investigating the bodies, I was like investigating a table with like a training dummy on it.
It's made of cloth and wood with wood shavings inside it to give it shape to help practice procedures.
Thinking to myself, why doesn't this body have any burn marks on it?
Jensen, what are you investigating with medicine?
I'm just trying to determine the cause of death for each. I
Seems
assume
like violent, fiery explosion and shockwave.
That's what I assumed, but I wanted to confirm.
I'm going to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. Nothing.
Is there anything about the dagger?
Please give me an investigation on the gnome specifically.
I'll give you a help action. Oh, okay.
Okay, the dagger seems simple enough. However, it does have the winged snake shape carved into its side. And as you spend time with the body, you also can smell a very strong smell of excrement coming from his boots, as if he has been through a rather nasty sewer recently. And oddly enough, it looks like he had a pouch on his belt. You can very clearly see the leather ties as they ran through his belt, and they are cut. The part you notice the most is that the cut ends have no fire damage whatsoever. They are clean and smooth.
Aloysius points to that and calls out to the cleric, "Where did this go?"
He tilts his head to the side, shrugs his shoulders in the universal gesture of, I have no idea, I just work here.
Wonder if this is the pouch that had the stone in it that he was. Wonder if this is the gnome that was trying to find us. And
Probably.
I
So, Speak with Dead allows us to ask each person 5 questions, assuming they are willing to answer.
Pretty sure they end up answering no matter what. Pretty sure they end up answering no matter what, because they'll answer any question that's asked in their vicinity.
The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if
Oh.
hostile to it or recognized as an enemy.
5 questions.
Yeah.
What questions do we want to figure out what questions we ask before it's cast?
That would probably be a good idea.
Do we feel the need to confirm his name, or are we pretty sure that this is the guy that was looking for us?
I'll play it fair. Other than the truthfulness, you ask good questions, I give you good answers. Don't feel like you have to ask a single word answer, yes, no question.
So we should ask if they saw the cloaked man, or forget that question. Ask who the cloaked man was.
Here, I'm gonna write these down in our. Oh, okay, perfect. Someone's already writing them.
Yeah.
I need 2 minutes while you're contemplating questions. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay.
Looking at the gnome, Renair told us that his gnome spy, Dalakar. Wait.
Who is Dalakar?
Yeah. So, from Renair, he told us this like a week or two ago. When the lords of Waterdeep ousted my father, I thought his long dark shadow was finally gone for good. The truth is, I want nothing to do with him, but his spies hound me. One of them, a gnome named Dalakar, had been watching me for months. Then, about 10 days ago, the spy was suddenly nowhere to be seen. My father didn't trust many people, but he trusted that gnome. I spoke to a few of Dalakar's friends. Apparently, he was on a special mission to retrieve the Stone of Galore, and was afraid that the Zentrum and the Xanathar Guild were close to watching him. When he heard about my kidnapping, he wanted more information about the adventurers who had rescued me. I think Dalakar was planning to pay you to deliver the Stone of Galore to my father in Neverwinter.
Okay. So that was the message we got from Rainer.
Yeah, and the Stone of the Galore is the key to the secret vault.
Okay.
I'm back.
So I suspect that this gnome may have had the Stone of Galore on him, and if he
Or at
didn't, it
least
was
known
probably
the
taken.
location. Or at least maybe known the
Yeah,
location of where it is.
because remember
Which makes me think...
we saw someone bending over his body and taking something, shuffling away.
Yeah,
So
and
if we find the stone,
person,
we might find the man.
Yeah, or if we find the stone, then we can find the vault.
And maybe find the metal man.
that cloaked man is the one who, like later Raynar told us about the, where is Growlhund Villa? Like someone seen that cloaked person go into that villa shortly after the blast.
Do we have any other questions to ask of the gnome?
We could ask if he knows what the 2 Zentarum sellswords were doing there. I mean, we could ask the general question of what were you all doing when the explosion happened?
We could also ask him if he knows the bot. What's his name?
Nim?
Nim, yeah. We could ask him if he knows why Nim was there. And if he says no, then that would. If he knows, then we don't have to ask him, do you know Nim?
Well, you could just ask, do you know where Nim would possibly be hiding out? And if he doesn't know who it is, then he doesn't know who it is. And if he does, we've jumped to that question.
Yeah.
Do you know where Nim?
Yeah, like that. I asked, do we even have to ask this guy his name? Because we have a lot of credible information leading us to believe that it's his name. So if we have an extra question that we want to ask, we can not ask him if his name is Delacar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we just ask him if he knows where the Stone of Galore is, that covers is your name Delacar.
Yeah. Unless he says no because he doesn't know where the stone is, but he is Delacar.
Do you want to change that question to, do you know where the Stone of Galore could be? Or is that too vague, you think?
I think that's better, because if it's, do you know the Stone of Galore is?
Well,
you just say no.
The answer to who was the cloaked man who stole your pouch could change what we ask next.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But if we say we need to dictate who asks that question, that way there's no confusion and we don't accidentally ask someone, like each other, a question.
Yeah.
One person should ask these questions when we reanimate him.
Oh. It's almost if you've dealt with this before.
Us? No. After my bad attempt of asking the same question 3 times.
Oh.
And then Toby's asking wait, did that count as the last question?
Yes.
I forgot of it.
Yes.
All right. Y'all, everyone, on the count of 3, say a random number from 1 to 100. 1,
82.
2, 3.
27.
Okay. Matthew was the closest.
All right. Does that mean I'm asking the questions?
If you want.
All right.
Okay.
Unless someone else wants to. I figured that would just be the best way to.
Question: If you ask a question in another language that the resurrected body doesn't know, does that still count as asking a question? Or do they have to comprehend the language you're asking in?
Yeah, could he perceive that as a question?
You're in a bar. Okay, Matthew, here's my counter. You're in a bar. You're standing. You're there drinking. Some org is standing next to you, and he elbows you, and he turns to you, and he says something. You don't understand Orcish, but you can hear the threat, and you can hear the upraised question at the end. How much did you understand?
True.
So
0 or 5%?
Got it. So I can. He would.
So then
get
that
the-
counts as some sort of question, and so then you'd want to respond somehow like, "Oh, sorry, I'll back up. I don't know what you said, but I get it." So I'm going to argue that they would understand a question was asked, even if they're not sure exactly how to answer it, but they'll try.
Just like how I don't
Also-
speak Japanese, but I can understand and like hear the dialect when watching an anime.
Yeah. And I just
Yeah.
want to add, because you guys had said this, and I want to be fair, please read the very last sentence in Speak with the Dead.
Oh,
And can't speculate about future.
But also, they won't have any new information. So you said, I just don't want you to miss this one. You said, "Where's the stone now?" Well, it was in his pocket, and then he died.
Yeah.
So if it was removed from his corpse after he was dead, the last thing he would remember is, "It's in my pocket."
yeah.
Mm.
No new information will be learned after they die. I just think it's fair that you need to read that line and understand that. I don't want
Uh,
a cheater.
Thanks. I mean, I knew that. We couldn't be like, hey, did you know that blah, blah, blah? And he's like, what? No way. Like, I knew
Like,
that.
Who took the
I
stone
appreciate-
from your body?
yeah. Do y'all want to change 2 to, do you know if any?
Who would be after the Stone of Galore, kinda?
No, because we already know that.
Okay.
Like, do you know of any specific? Do you know if anyone was getting close to you on the day? Like a way to phrase that
How about
kind of
actually
question.
instead of how about who was
Yeah.
getting close to you the day of? Because if they say, "Do you know if anyone was getting close to you?" they could just say yes or no.
And then on the 4th question we have written down, we could change that to, do you know where Nim
Do you know where Nim's
Was
favorite
usually do you know where
where
Nim
are
usually hides out?
or how about where are Nim's favorite hiding spots in the city?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Here. All right.
And then he says yes, and then that's a question.
Hmm.
Oh, hold up.
Or no, but even if he says yes, we gain nothing.
Where
Yeah, you wouldn't ask any yes or no questions.
Yeah.
are Nim's hideouts? Just favorite hideouts or favorite hideouts in the city?
Just hideouts.
Where are Nim's favorite hideouts, or where are Nim's favorite places to hide out?
That sounds close enough to not matter.
Maybe. Yeah, there's this bar that is really good. I like to go there a lot. I could be misunderstood. Like
I'm putting the plural on places just so, like, he knows that we're asking for multiple locations.
yeah. Well, we know the answer to that already. The Stone of Galore is the key that opens the vault,
Oh yeah.
or leads us to the vault.
Okay.
That's appropriate.
Sounds like a party.
Or murder.
It's my
Well, it
wife
can
playing
be a
with my
murder.
daughter.
What's Jessica playing?
With Lillian.
Oh. Alright. So we still need 2 questions.
Okay, so we're gonna use the second one as a follow-up to the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
But what would the follow up be? Like, what's the 2 directions that it would go in?
It kind of depends on how he answers the first one.
Yeah. Where does this person...
So we kind of have to leave 2 open.
All right.
Just
Or
further
ask the other
information.
questions first. Ask, what were you all doing when it happened?
Hmm.
Where are Nim's favorite hideouts?
Okay.
Who was approaching? Who was the cloaked man who was approaching you? And then, based on what we get, we ask whatever is appropriate.
All right. Then who among us here is the best to ask the second question? Then in that case. Once we start...
Well, it'll be the last question now.
Yeah, but okay, so who among us would be the best to think of what that question should be once he's reanimated? Because once he's reanimated, the other of us, the 3 of us who aren't asking questions, should not speak at all. So we can't metagame or like talk with each other on what that question should be. So who...
All right, Aloysius or Jensen is my vote.
Yeah, same here.
Do either one of y'all have a preference to the other?
It would make sense for the cleric to talk to the dead people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the little boy. That's true.
Okay. I think we're ready to question the gnome. Do you guys want to plan out what we want to ask anyone else first?
What was the first question that's now the 4th? Because it's not on there, I believe.
So the 4th and 5th questions are gonna be follow-up questions, depending on how he answers number 3.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do we want to plan out questions for anyone else, or just speak with the gnome first?
We should get these answers first.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might depict who we try to talk to next.
Yeah, good idea. Good point. And what we ask them.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your patience, good man. We would like to speak with the gnome.
Before he does anything else, he gives a grand gesture indicating all the bodies, flaps his hands in front of his mouth, almost like a puppet talking, holds up 3 fingers, and then jingles the bag on his side with the coins in it.
Wait, so we only have enough money for 3 of them? I'm not sure I understood.
He swept his hands, encompassing all 11 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
He then moved his hand in front of his mouth like a puppet. He then held up 3 fingers and then reached down and jingled the coins at his side.
Oh, okay. 3 more. I think 3 more gold.
I give him 3 more gold.
I'm doing a bad job. He's trying to tell you you've paid for 3 people to talk.
Okay, that's what I asked.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood who you were asking which. I thought that. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, so we can ask 3 of the people 5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct, I believe.
Yeah.
That will probably be enough.
So are you going to do top down or bottom up?
We would like to speak with the gnome first.
He nods at that, walks over to the gnome, places his hand on his forehead. You can see his jaw moving. His lips don't open. And the gnome opens his eyes and breathes out a dusty, smoke-filled breath.
Greetings.
He turns and locks eyes with you. He turns his head quickly, difficultly.
What were you all doing when the explosion happened?
Sneaking, getting away, moving quietly, trying not to attract notice, trying to find a place, a tavern, newly started. I must give them. Stone.
Where are Nim's favorite places to hide out?
His brows furrow. He looks around. I don't know a Nim.
Who was approaching you when you died?
Sell swords. Satharum sell swords. 2 of them. Cloaked, quiet, quick. I must get away. No one can have the stone. It is too much for any faction.
Who else did you see other than the sellswords?
Two beautiful halflings playing a flute, playing a fiddle. Their friends or brothers dancing with them. 2 fine ladies dressed resplendently, and I think a servant following them. Some elderly woman carrying flowers. 2 sell swords, longing to see what I was doing.
What was your history with the servants following to sellswords?
I think I might have messed up on something I told you there. Could you ask that question again? Because the servant I was talking about was a plain dressed half elf following the 2 human females. More than likely their servant, as they were wearing niceness, and he was just average.
Okay.
And then he talked about 2 cloaked males, sellswords, following him.
Yeah.
Okay, so ask your question again. This is number 4, right?
Number 5.
Oh, this is 5. Excuse me. Okay, go ahead with 5 again, and I'll try better.
What was your history with the sellswords?
I have no history with the Sasarum. I don't work for them. Their faction seeks the gold. I would never have history with such. And the last breath pours out of him, quiet, and he lays back still.
Okay. So he never saw the guy that looted him, or know who he doesn't know who Nim is. Yeah. This is good information.
So
And
maybe
just to make
we
sure I didn't screw up, could you ask that last question one more time? I just want to make sure I didn't miss a detail.
What was your history with the sellswords?
Okay, yep, no, I got that perfectly because that's how you framed it.
Okay, so we definitely should ask one of the sellswords questions next, right?
I'm thinking maybe we asked the elderly human what she saw happen, because she would have watched it all from a distance, and she might have seen the person. Well, no, she died in the explosion. She wouldn't have necessarily seen somebody pick up anything or get away. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
we can
know.
ask.
She's a really good red herring.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have 2 more people, and it seemed like all of the halflings were not paying attention to anything. that was going on other than like themselves. So one of the cloaked male and then the elderly female.
Yeah, we could ask where were they going to take the stone? Because clearly somebody got it and left with it.
Yeah. What did you guys think of my follow-up questions, by the way?
Perfectly good. I couldn't think of
Yeah.
anything better.
I was about to say
Same.
the same.
Yeah, better than anything I would have came up with.
Yeah. Oh,
What would be
it's
the best way to
interesting.
phrase that?
It's interesting that there was a half elf dressed in plain clothes there. Two elf girls with a servant following them. Like, what were they doing?
Yeah, that half elf in plain clothes is not a body on a slab right now.
Oh,
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 he's there. He's there.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
wait. All 11 bodies are here?
Correct.
The male half elf was the servant following the two female no the
Correct.
two female humans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The half elf is on the same
Wait.
line as two female humans. Okay.
Is in the answer to who else did you see other than the sellswords? He said two elf girls with a servant following them. If we wrote that down correctly.
Oh, I screwed
Didn't
up. They
write
should
that
have been
down.
humans.
No, that was me. That was my bad.
wait.
Did
I
we write
didn't-
that? Did we write that down wrong, or did you dictate it wrong?
It was me. Because I missed that part, and then during the clarification, I heard the
The half elf.
yes, and I thought that meant the two elf
Okay.
girls.
Okay.
So, Aloysius, you think the elderly woman is not relevant? Or do you think she's important or has good information?
Hard to tell,
Yeah.
but we definitely need to talk to one of the two.
Sellswords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think depending on what the sellsword says, I'm curious as to what the elderly woman saw, but I'm with Aloysius. She could know like absolutely nothing. She could have been like
Yeah.
sleeping for all we know,
Yeah.
Sure.
or she could have seen it all.
Yeah.
But she would not have seen the cloaked figure take the pouch away because she would have been dead.
Possibly. Really depends on like
Wait, what was the
where
timeline for who died first in the explosion? Because I thought they all.
No, the gnome was in the center, and then the
Mhm.
sellswords were right after them, and then I think the halflings were right after him.
Okay. And it was Nim who threw the fireball, right?
through the ball. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't. Oh, we could ask the sellswords if they know Nim, but I don't think the sellswords knew Nim was going to be there.
I don't think so either, based on what the gnome said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible the cloaked figure is the wizard that animated Nim, and he doesn't have anything to do with any of these people.
Yeah.
Which cloaked figure?
The guy
two-
that stole something
Male
from them.
humans. The sellswords.
No, the one that's missing that we were trying to find at some
okay.
point.
The stone thief.
Got it. We think he's the wizard who animated Nymph.
It's a
Could be.
possibility.
Okay.
Do we think that they would have seen that other cloaked, the one that ran off with the thing? Do you think, or do we think that they would have seen him before they died?
It doesn't sound like it. It sounded like they were like ganging up on the gnome, and
Yeah, it could be that the two sellswords are the red herring
True.
because they failed to get what they wanted from him because they're dead also.
yeah.
They could have also been bait.
I still think we should use one of our questions on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So we're gonna. Our next question will be one of the sellswords. Or targets will be
Yeah.
one of them.
I think the halflings, the musicians and dancers are totally irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We already spoke with the gnome. Then it's either the ladies with the half elf servant, the sellswords, or the old lady.
And the old lady was out for a walk, so she may not have seen something, but it's not going to be like,
Or she
oh, I
saw
don't know,
everything.
I
Yeah.
dozed off. Yeah, like she's either going to be not paying attention or she's going to know everything.
Yeah.
No one recognizes her. That seems kind of fishy too.
I agree.
Phil, I didn't think I
Why
left
don't-
that. Sorry.
So I'm pretty sure we're wanting to do one of the sellswords first. Why don't we see what they say, and then depending on what they say, we can decide on.
Can I do an investigation on the old lady?
Of course.
Yeah, I've only got
half-elf or
2
the
questions.
Elderly human.
I've only got 2 questions down for
What
the
are you
sellswords.
trying to investigate?
Just what's her deal?
She's old. She's human.
She
Actually,
well dressed? Does
She is okay. She seems like she's in her late 60s. She's wearing clothing that definitely seems to be upper middle income. She's not staggeringly wealthy. The clothing seems to be well repaired and a bit old, meaning she's probably kept it for some time, so she's probably not as wealthy as she once was. She doesn't appear to be carrying anything. She has very soft hands. She has nothing on her of interest. If she once did have a purse, you wonder if the watch has taken more of her possessions and locked them away.
I'll be back in a minute.
That's all you seem to be able to discern.
Why are the 2 bullets of the 2 females and half elf and the 2 halflings in bold? Is that significant?
No,
It's definitely not supposed to be significant to us if it is.
It's not even on my original. It just must have been the way it pasted. I don't have a clue as to why. Oh, there we go. Somebody fixed it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
fixed it.
No, that was totally a artifact of cutting and pasting because that's not even how my data is.
Can y'all think of any questions we'd want to ask the sellsword?
Yes. What is your favorite color?
Who do you work for? Where's your hideout? What were you going to do
Where can I find
if
the wizard?
you succeeded? Yeah.
Or where would the wizard hide in the city?
I don't know. I don't think they're with the wizard.
So we have, where were you planning on taking the item you were tasked with stealing? Are y'all fine with that question? Any rephrasing? And then the second one, what information do you have on your contact? Any rephrasing y'all like to do to that question?
Could you repeat that?
What information do you have on your contact?
Where were you to meet your contact to get rid of the stone or to use the stone?
Well, that's what the first question is.
Oh.
Where were you planning on taking the
Oh.
item you were tasked with stealing?
Information do you have on your contact?
I think I'm back, by the way. I think Alish has a good point that the sellswords, their mission failed, and so they wouldn't necessarily know anything of use. We could perhaps use our other two questionings on the on the old lady and the humans with the half elf servant.
I think that, yeah, I guess that's true. Because Nim and the cloaked guy were probably together and just happened to kill the Zentrum mercenaries. So the cloaked guy probably isn't with the mercenaries.
No.
Do we want to ask them anything about Nim, or do we not think they would know anything?
I don't think anybody saw Nim.
No.
Do we know how long they were there before Nim showed up?
Your only knowledge of time is when you get knocked out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
So we could ask the old lady the same first question we asked the gnome. What were you all doing?
Yeah.
And then ask her, did you see anyone or anything else before the explosion? And then have follow-up questions based on that.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, we don't really know much of anything about her to give us questions to jump off of.
Yeah.
I mean, the first question could be, tell us about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was going on? And then, did you
I
see
think that
anything unusual?
that was a good idea because
And then you have 2 open questions after that.
yeah,
Right, and this is for
because
the old lady.
yeah. Now, if we find out who she is, and if she tells us who she is and who she works for, or if she is just out there for a while, that'll be good info.
Yeah.
And then 2 open-ended, of course.
All right. So we're going with the old lady right now.
Okay.
You
point to her. The cleric walks
wait.
over, puts.
Sorry, this is still talking amongst ourselves.
Understood. Standing by.
At least I assume that's what you were asking, Balasar.
Yes, I was asking if we were confirming that.
Yeah, I do think that talking to the humans and the elf servant would be more useful than talking to the but maybe
Yeah, I agree.
um talking to them probably. I think talking to the old lady first would be of the most help.
Right.
Anyone disagree?
I don't. I say we go for it. But AFK.
All right. Okay, then who would like to take notes? Or since I think Matthew was the one doing that mainly before.
I was doing the answers before. I don't know who was doing the questions before. For
Oh,
4
okay.
and 5.
Any objections to me doing the questioning again?
No, I think it fits.
Okay. Sir, we would like to speak with this old woman.
He gives a deep nod, walks over to her, places his hand upon her forehead, mutters something very much under his breath, and steps back. Her eyes open. She looks around, gives a bit of a smoky cough.
Greetings.
Her eyes get wide.
Tell us about yourself.
Oh dear. I think I died. My name is Doris. I live in the one room building house above the cobbler's shop. Uh, I live on my meager savings ever since my husband died, and I like to get fresh flowers every day.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, back. Nice to meet you. What were you doing there when you died?
I was walking back to my building, carrying my flowers, enjoying the early morning sun, and I paused to listen to some most beautiful flute and fiddle playing. The dancing I did not care for.
Did you see anyone or anything else of note before you died?
Yes, I saw a very rude gnome. He brushed past me, going quickly. It was most uncouth.
Most indeed. What was the gnome doing?
He seemed to be trying to be sneaky. Although why in such a nice place, I do not know. He was heading to the west.
Did you see anyone following the gnome?
No, I don't think so. Which is why I found his behavior so strange and annoying.
Thank you for your responses. May you rest in peace.
She looks around at that and shrugs her shoulders.
I already asked the fifth question.
Oh, that was? Then I missed track of what it was. So I thought that was just 4. Okay, at that, she breathes her last and settles down quietly.
Well, I kind of whiffed the second question a little bit, but we still got.
I thought you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got everything that she knew that was going on. Well, it's either the cell swords or the I mean, there's the dancers, but
I doubt they would have
I don't think
heard or seen anything.
Yeah.
I really don't think we should give them that much energy.
Yeah.
I think
I'm kind of leaning towards the servant.
Yeah.
I would think the servant too over the 2 female humans. The male.
Mm-hmm.
Either one.
Yeah. That might be the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think for him, we could start with the same question we asked the old lady for question 3. Like that could be the first question we ask.
Mm-hmm.
Or like or like a way to ask him like what the last thing he remembers is.
We're asking what.
I mean, ultimately, we're trying to think of who would have noticed something going on outside whatever they had going on.
Yeah. And I don't think there were any other witnesses there, right? That got away.
There were 2 other witnesses that lived. You have talked to them.
Oh, okay.
The young boy hiding behind the rain barrel and the young woman whose name escapes me at the moment.
Right. I do remember talking to the boy.
Yeah, and then.
Oh yeah, it was Fela. She was the potion maker. She was a witness.
AFK.
And Martin Trek was the 12-year-old boy. He gave you some information, and the third person was Jarazine Hornraven. He was the one that you knocked on his door to the east, and he came out and talked to you.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
girl we saw was like from the fireball. It was up at like 11 o'clock, if it was a clock, like down the
Yeah.
alley.
Yeah. And she was the potion seller, right?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Any ideas for a third question, or should we just leave them all three to be in the moment?
Um, I think that we could ask him to recount like the last things he remembers and then go from there because we don't really even need to know about him. He's just a servant.
Possibly. It's possible that they were like just disguised, though.
True. Yeah, we can do tell us about yourself and then
But
Who
we
are
don't
you?
even care about tell us about yourself. We just want
Yeah.
to ask what was going on right before.
Okay.
What was
and
going on
then
before you died?
if he's in disguise, he'll be paying super close attention to every little detail. And if his answer seems like suspicious, actually, if if we ask what's the last thing you remember, he might even narrate like, yeah, I was undercover looking for the person or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can go from there.
Okay. Should we just take it more off the cuff then?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
fine with that. I can't think of anything else to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
We're still talking about the half elf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rearranging the questions a little bit, because asking what he is doing, what and then asking about him may or may not be necessary as a follow up.
And then he's gonna just go along with the last three, maybe four.
Yeah.
Are you fine with that, Matthew, or is there something specific that you want to ask
Not that I can think
for
of right
Balazar?
now.
All right. Any final words, Aloysius?
Nope.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Most gracious servant of this place, we would like to speak to the half elf.
He nods, walks over to that slab, puts his hand on his brow, mumbles a bit, stands up, and steps back. The half elf raises himself up on his elbows, looks around in wide eyed wonder, and very slowly breathes out. There's quite a bit of smoke.
Greetings. What were you all doing when you died?
I was walking along. I serve the Belinda sisters. I am their servant, as paid for by their Belinda family. I carry their bags, make lunch, help them put on their shoes.
What did you see in the moments before you died?
I heard a noise. Sounded like the breaking of crawfish or a plate. I looked up. A shiny man in a red cloak stands upon the roof. He meets my gaze. He flings something at us. Then noise, sound, heat. I don't remember what happened next.
You said you saw him throw a shiny thing. Where exactly, or who exactly, did he throw it at?
He seemed to throw it in front of me, not that close to me, near the short man, a pace or three in front of me. Yes, he threw it towards the shorter man who was in front of me.
Did you recognize the metal man, the short man, or anyone pursuing the short man?
None have I ever seen before. The metal man, most strange. I have seen similar in the parades, dancing and playing instruments, automatons, I think they are called. But this was nothing like them. The short man was a short man in a cloak. He was not a child. He had very large boots, very expensive boots. He was clutching a pouch at his side and holding his cloak tight with the other. I have not seen him before.
He didn't respond to anyone pursuing the short man.
What was that again?
A question to the DM.
Okay.
I asked, did you recognize the middleman, the short man, or anyone pursuing the short man?
Oh, okay. And I saw no one pursuing him.
Is there anything you left unfinished which you would have liked to have done before you died?
I would like to have finished the portrait I was making of the twins. I do like painting.
Thank you. You may rest.
And he lays back down, quiet and serene.
Yeah, I didn't think of anything. Didn't think of anything I could ask that would be helpful with that last question.
At that, the cleric stands up, snaps his fingers twice, looks at you all, puts his finger to his lips, breathes out hard through his nose, and then gestures to the rest, shakes the coins in his bag at his side, and then seems to put his hands splayed into the air, making them smaller and smaller as his arm goes down from 90 degrees back down to horizontal, almost as if a sun's setting.
Seems like time's up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your assistance.
He gives a deep bow at that and begins covering the bodies in sheets again.
Thank you.
All right. Shall we head out?
Let us take our leave.
Yeah, we can go rest. Check in on the progress to our house, even though it's only been like an hour. It's been like an hour in real time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That was questioning, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, me too.
Well, I don't think we really learned anything that we
Yeah, same.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely got one piece of information I thought was good.
We did, yeah. But I don't think anything that helps us track down the stone.
Yeah. Shame.
Although it did help to clarify what exactly happened and who knew what.
All right. So our next step is to go. We're going back to our bar tavern, taking a long rest.
Yeah, we've had a long ass day.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Saw
So
a
you make your
bronze
way back
dragon.
to the tavern.
Saw a bronze dragon. Spent like 14 hours underwater. Made a lot of money. Started renovating our tavern, and then spoke to a few dead people.
How did she take 2 hit points?
Maybe temporary hit points from something.
Either that or I hadn't long rested since we
Combat
fought
at the farm.
those skeletons or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
remember what they were. Oh
Well,
no, I took 2 hit points because our horse bit me or something, or not our horse, but a horse like bit me whenever I fed it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
That was
Yeah,
at
I scrolled up.
bar. At the barn back
this
then, right?
Maxine.
All right. Do we want to?
What'd you say, Toby?
I asked if it was the Maxine horse. I didn't hear how she joined us.
Yes.
You were there for that.
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't.
You weren't? Oh, right.
I
That
was
was,
on-
it was one of the faction quests. Okay.
Right, it was one of the Harper quests to track down a talking horse and get information on a spy.
Got it.
And I talked it into coming to live with us.
Oh, cool.
It didn't like Aloysius's idea of being like a study
Pretending.
subject for wizards to come and under the false pretense that the horse is actually a druid stuck in horse form. And she didn't like my idea of being entertainment for the people who come to our bar. But she is
Oh,
just
hi.
a super intelligent horse that can talk. Like, she's not a druid, she's just a horse that
Maybe
can
Oh.
if
talk.
maybe if our wizard
Oh.
here ever learns the wish spell, he can use that to turn her human.
True.
I don't
But
know
yeah,
if
she
wish
hated
works
her
like
life
that,
because
but
she was too smart to live the life of a horse. So we invited her here, and she accepted. And she's keeping any landscaping around our tavern at bay.
That's nice.
Mhm.
Oh, and she loves tic tac toe.
Yes.
Aloysius played her. I don't remember the outcome of it though.
I don't either.
She won. I'm pretty darn sure.
I'm scrolling back up.
Oh, it's going to be way the heck up.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to think of some other things to do, or do we want to skip forward like 10 days to when the construction's done?
So you
Kinda
just oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just said that I'm kind of beat.
It was a very long day.
Yeah, it's already morning the next day. We just had a long rest.
Oh. Yeah, there is the there is the Lord's Alliance mission to assassinate someone.
Is that yours, Toby?
I kind of
Yeah.
don't have that map ready because I just read that one to you.
Fair
But
enough.
you also, I think you had indications earlier of somewhere you wanted to go. I can't really remember.
To follow where the cloaked man went.
Yeah, do you remember where that location was?
It was a villa in the North Ward.
Oh yeah.
Growlhund Villa in the North Ward.
Yeah, Lord Growling.
And that's who is believed to snatched the pouch and stone.
Suspected member of the Black Network.
Yeah. Someone saw him go there. They took note of it because he looked suspicious. Shortly after the fireball incident, they reported it to the City Watch, and the City Watch went and Lord Growlhund told the City Watch that no one had broken in.
Does anyone? I don't think I was here for this, or at least I don't remember it. Did Ursel Floxen did he like work for someone or know someone, or is he just like, oh yeah, he's a guy who we think is a part of this network? Anyone remember?
No, we were talking to Rayner, and it was right after he told us about the stone. And he said that one of his contacts had, like, that's what the man Fala saw. So like Fala is who Rayner got the information from.
Like, Fala's potions? No, she's the one who saw him and gave a description.
We can go back to Rayner and clear it up,
That's true.
because now I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember any of those details anymore.
I'm just reading from the bullet points and from Rayner.
A man false or matches as description of suspect member of the Black Network.
Do y'all just want to go and talk to Rayner about it again?
Yeah.
I mean, we have the text.
Yeah, what he said exactly. I'm rereading it myself.
What section is that under so I can keep up?
It's
From
under
Rainer.
number 14 from
14.
Rainer.
Ah, thank you.
Two City Watch constables spoke to Lord Ground. He assured them that no one had broken into the estate and that everything was fine.
Yeah, I just don't remember. I don't remember who Follow was, or another Northward resident claims he saw that person.
Which was reported, and he reported him to the City Watch. Oh, so I
Yeah.
guess Rainer got this info from the report to the City Watch.
What is the Black Network?
Does anyone have any information on that
I
Like-
don't.
through your character?
I don't see it in the factions list.
Yeah, same.
Would I, with my background, possibly know who they are?
Or mine.
Or mine.
Or mine, I guess.
History check?
Yeah, I'm digging.
Being a dungeon master for this kind of mystery game has got to be really interesting. Really challenging.
Especially since he knows all the answers.
But he doesn't know what he's told us or hasn't told us necessarily.
Those notes
Oh, yeah,
really
true.
help. Okay. History check. Aloysius. The Black Network is the other name for the Black Winged Snake. They are informants and spies in the city. They are also referred to as the Zatharan group or faction.
Zentrum?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
All right. I suspect Lord Growlhund is in on it. So we wait till night, we break in, we search for clues, and
We split up.
possibly interrogate, possibly kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely rob the place.
Can't argue with that. We need the gold now.
Well, whatever the truth is, we have to find it out.
Sure.
Also, I'd like to add to the notes that I said I'm going to put the word out on the street through my network of people that this is going to be a happening place. But if they're willing to hang out here and drink and be regulars, I'm going to offer to let them use the basement for any shady business they want to do.
Okay.
Like,
David, what is your alignment?
CN?
Chaotic neutral. Also known as technically not evil.
The best kind of technically.
Yeah. Just a couple of guys walking through the door, carrying someone in chains and their bag over their head. Don't mind us, just walking through, passing by. All right. What time is it? Did we took a long rest, right? It's the next day.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
10.
So you took a
God,
lot.
I was
you
just
came
thinking,
down
is
from
it
the morgue.
I was just thinking, as an extension to what Toby just said, slowly over time, more and more poltergeists start to appear mysteriously, and no one ever knows why.
True.
Well, the work on the tavern is kind of being done by other people, so we could just time skip to evening or something, or we
I'm
could
fine
break
with
into his
that.
house in the day. What do you guys think?
Say that again, Toby?
We could at least go scout it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, scout it out during the day, and then
Does anyone know any magic to make yourself look different?
Negative.
I do.
Oh.
You could try to like knock on the door and get like a peek inside
I have
without looking
disguise
suspicious.
self. It's not prepared, but I've got it.
Yeah.
So
Could you?
if we're long resting to start the next day, then I can swap something for it.
Okay, so you guys will have all night. If you need to swap, go ahead and swap.
All right.
And
Oh, we're still level 3, right?
correct.
Yes.
And I don't want to get close to it. As we're approaching, I will look for any high ground that I can get, kind of far away, just enough to see, but also far enough away that anybody inside won't necessarily see me unless they're looking for me.
Okay. Is that where you guys want to head now?
Wait, where would we be heading out to?
We're gonna go scout out the villa during the day,
Oh, okay.
and then Aloysius is going to disguise himself and like walk up and knock on the door. Hopefully, it doesn't get snatched.
Wait, what am I gonna? Who am I disguising myself as, and what am I trying to get by knocking on the door?
Well, hopefully they open the door and you can at least see inside. Maybe they let you in.
You can get a
And you
layout of the
can.
building.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure it has windows. I have an owl.
Okay, we can do that too. Not as fun, but do we think that before we go, like on the way, is there anywhere in town that you all know of, having lived here, or maybe even going to visit Rainer again to see if there's any extra information about this villa? Like, maybe we could find the person who built it. We could find people who used to work there, something along those lines.
I'm just swapping spells.
That's fine. I
Might be
didn't expect a response.
Might be a good idea.
Well, I don't live in the town, so I don't know what y'all have access to, or in the city.
What would I know about the villa?
It's owned by a rich dude. He's one of the older names in the city, so he has influence. He has political protection. Other than that, he keeps to himself, and you're not sure what other activities he gets up to.
Oh, On some point during our long rest, I'm doing weapon bond.
Okay.
To both
Weapon
of my
bond.
weapons. Both my short swords, so that's 2 hours.
Fabulous. I love it.
All right.
What class has weapon bonds?
Fighter.
I gotcha.
You have to be a fighter and choose the Eldridge Knight
Oh, I gotcha.
mage or magical archetype.
Subclass.
Nope, not a subclass, it's an archetype.
Gotcha.
Martial archetype. At least I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. I'm fine to go there whenever y'all are ready.
Yeah.
All right. You travel over to the villa. You start in on the northwest corner of the street. And yeah, you see a very large, very high stone wall surrounding the area you believe to be the villa.
Are there
I like to fly my owl up to perch on the wall to see over.
There seems to be some sort of magical barrier that forces you back. You're unable to push your familiar through it. It seems to go quite high into the sky. Someone has spent a considerable amount of money on their privacy. You notice the strong glow coming off of the lock surrounding the main gate. It seems to be magically locked.
You. Oh, okay. I gotta zoom way out. You're talking about like this building that we can see through the gate with?
Correct.
Okay.
For a brief moment, your owl is able to observe a man walking two large dogs in the snow to the east. Go back about 3. There you go. You see one of the mastiffs just now. Go one more to your west and you'll see the dog again. One more. There you go. There's one of the dogs. There's the other dog. And there's a man leading them.
Oh.
He seems strangely dressed and almost a bit scary. There are no exterior windows.
Balazar's getting a little antsy and itching for a fight. A little twitchy.
Yeah. Andrew, DM.
Yes.
Would you mind re-downloading my character sheet?
Of course. Still level 3?
Yep.
Good. Downloading. Updated.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. And anybody who doesn't need a download, please, of course, feel free to upgrade to level 4 so that it's ready when we need it.
Already done.
I asked Aloysius if he saw anybody or anything on the west side of the property.
I tell him what I saw. So we think he has an association with the Zaranthans.
Correct.
Does it
Well,
turn,
maybe.
yeah?
Hopefully.
Do we know of a rival faction to the Zaranthans? I feel like there was, and we were told it very early on.
The Xanthar
really doesn't like them, and pretty much all the other factions don't like each other. And the Watch doesn't like any of the factions.
Are there any guards visible around, or just like regular guards?
You see none of the Watch nearby at the moment, and the only guard you saw was the man walking around with 2 dogs.
All right. So, who would be the most hostile faction to who we think this guy's involved with?
Best guess is the I can't remember how I pronounce it. The one that starts with an X.
Xanthar.
Xanathar.
Those are the beholder worshippers.
You
Yeah.
think so? At least the guy with all the purple tattoos on his head seemed to be.
Okay. I am going to disguise self. I'm going to do this like behind the corner here.
I'm using my body to hide him from anyone looking.
Good for 1 hour, no concentration. I want to disguise self as that guy we saw who had the purple tattoos and shit.
Okay.
I'm going to walk right up to the fence, look in, scream, "Suck it, loser," and cast, knock on the door, and then run away.
All right. I can't remember if not worked. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yep, arcane lock. It'll undo that. And then I'll immediately dispel the illusion.
With that, you see the spell for arcane lock fail, and the door stands as it is.
And I'll fly over it.
No, the barrier is still above the gate, but the gate, I guess, isn't locked anymore.
All right, the gate's probably unlocked. I can't think of any other way in. There's a guy in there with 2 dogs.
I say we rush in there.
Wait, do we want to wait till it's night?
Yeah, and people don't be like, something's going on.
Honestly,
You hear the loud barking of dogs now coming from inside the compound.
Yeah, because I mean, the sound of a loud knocking sound would have just radiated throughout that whole area.
You hear the dogs close to the gate, although it's difficult to. I can't tell what you can see from your angle. You can't see anything from your angle.
I'd have the owl kind of perched and watching.
You see the man walk up to the gate, peer around cautiously. He lowers his head, reaches out his hand, holds it near the gate. He then looks around again cautiously, looking left and right through what he can see through the gate.
I think the arcane lock is back.
I'd say the guy walking the dogs, I think he knows a little magic.
He begins to walk away again, back on his patrol.
All right.
Are there any like just normal birds flying around at all, like that we see?
Yeah, there's the occasional bird somewhere, although none seem to fly over the villa.
None seem to fly over the villa.
No, they do not. They seem to go around.
How tall is the wall?
About 12 feet. Tall enough to be annoying, not tall enough to be impossible.
Can I find just like a normal rock on the ground, like the size of like a piece of gravel?
Many.
Can I pick one of those up and then walk this way and just nonchalantly try to just like toss it over to see if it'll pass through the shield or whatever?
It seems to pass over the wall and land on the roof without difficulty.
I come back and say, guys, did that rock go over all right?
Did we see it go over?
You did indeed.
I guess it
It
did.
looked like it.
That was just an ordinary rock. Do you think that we could climb over tonight?
That sounds like a plan.
I know your owl was having trouble passing through.
What if they have
Well,
glyphs of
okay.
warning on the other side?
My owl can't go over the wall, but I could fly above it and look down over, couldn't I?
Yes.
Is this gate over here? Is it like a solid gate or is it like
It's with bars.
Aloysius, do you have, I don't know how familiars work, but do you have anything that could fit between the bars?
I mean, I could disappear the familiar to his pocket dimension and try to manifest him on the other side. But we've already seen he can't simply fly over, so it might fail. It might prove him out of existence. I don't know if it's an. Okay, I got an idea. I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
All right.
Everywhere within range, along the upper edge of the wall, you see a glowing line. It's quite bright.
Above the wall.
So the wall is 12 feet high. Imagine a line drawn on the outer corner facing you, so you can see it from the ground. It glows. As
What
if it's
school of
been
Horizontally
magic?
or vertically?
horizontally.
At the bottom of the wall or at the top of it?
The top.
It's like right on top of the wall.
Yeah, the upper leading edge.
Okay. I don't know why, but I'm assuming.
And you said what school?
He did.
Yeah.
Abjuration.
That makes sense.
Can I roll an Arcana check to guess what spell it is?
Yes, definitely. Mostly from your earlier observation, you believe it is probably some sort of variant on a shield spell, but something more permanent, something tied to the stone somehow.
And he cast the arcane thing from the inside. Okay, we're going to do an experiment. I'm going to move my familiar into the pocket dimension and try to manifest him on the other side because I can see through the bars.
Okay.
So
The
he
moment
appears there.
your bird appears there, the dog walker notes this, cocks his head, a bit surprised, and fires off a magic missile.
Can I
it
disappear
hits your
him
bird.
before the magic missile hits?
Now, you can't be quite that fast.
Okay.
You can hear him whispering to his dogs, saying something. You heard something along the line is, "What is it, my sweets? What is it?"
All right. Well, that experiment cost 10 gold, but it's not an anti-magic field.
You got to be really tight on gold now, I imagine.
Yeah.
I can't bring him back.
It's okay. Once our tavern's up and running, we'll be swimming in coin. All right.
In a couple years.
All right. I vote we go at the cover of darkness, or at the cover, or at daybreak, and bum rush him.
Okay. Do you want to attempt or try any of that now? We have 10 minutes left.
What do y'all think?
No, we should go back to the inn, long rest until night, and then come back.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. We head back to the inn. Wrong inn. We'll head back to that inn. Well, it's the same inn. It's just one's on the street and one's just your building.
Oh, sure.
And as you approach the building and you come inside, you notice there's a considerable number of containers, carts, and other such things are being delivered to the outside of your building. Looks like building supplies, wood, masonry, many other such materials. Things are moving along.
Oof. This is only after a day of work.
And this is just the raw supplies. They don't look like they've done any work on the actual building.
Gotta get cracking.
All right. Good long rest.
Long rest. Good way to end an evening.
But we're going to evening.
Good point. Good point.
What does inspiration do?
It allows you
It's,
to roll with advantage on attack rolls, ability checks.
Yeah, but you can
Or
only use it
saving.
once.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
The rule of thumb is you never use inspiration.
Never, no matter what.
And is
I don't-
it before roll or after roll?
After you get to choose, right?
Ooh.
I think.
Yeah.
I've had inspiration both games we've played, and I had never used it.
I just keep forgetting to use it. We're like, oh, it's not an
Same.
important roll. I'll later.
After our long rest, do we want to go back there to make sure that they don't have like extra security at night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Are we heading back now?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. Let's head
Moment.
back.
You get back there just as the sun is beginning to set and things are starting to turn quite dark. There seems to be very few street lamps out. In
Glad I
fact,
got
you
these.
notice a bit of an oddity. None of
Ooh.
them along the actual villa on the outside of their wall seem to be lit.
Aloysius says, crap, was using my Alper night vision.
Although you can still clearly see in the dim gloom the purple glowing lock on the front gate.
I go ahead and light a torch.
You think it's okay? You don't think they'll?
You light a torch.
I hand it to Aloysius. Here you go.
Well, they'll see me.
The problem is you're carrying the torch, and there's no way for me to transfer that. And Aloysius doesn't have any in his inventory. I'm gonna need.
Aloysius doesn't want to hold it.
Okay, never mind.
If you right click your character token, there's a little flame symbol. You can just click that to illuminate
Oh,
around
cool.
yourself.
Nifty.
You're burning
How-
torches each time you do it, though.
Oh, whoops.
How do I like equip my goggles of night to where like I have the dark vision?
1 second.
I don't have any torches in my inventory, and it works
Oh,
for me.
well, maybe I'm a crazy person then. Pardon me.
It gives me the option to apply to selected tokens, but it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I need to find where.
Matthew, don't forget you have some too.
Oh, mine are already working.
Oh.
Yeah, I can already see.
And turn your torch off for a second there, Matthew. No, that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Now, what do these give? Wait a minute. They give
Gives-
dark vision to 60.
And I normally
Yep.
don't have dark vision, so it's just 60 feet.
Yep.
That should do it. Confirm if you would.
Yes. Oh, you turned it off.
Yeah, I turned off the torch.
It's
Oh,
okay.
I'm
I
trying
can't
to.
see anything.
Oh, I know why. I know why. There. Does that work?
No.
Nope, that doesn't work. What the heck is going on here? Here it is. Okay. Vision, dark, update, delete.
Do you have to like implement the dark vision into our character on Foundry? Or is it
Yes,
something
because it's not naturally there.
is it something we
Yeah.
can turn off and on?
The problem, what the heck?
Oh, right, because that if I click on my flame, that illuminates it for the rest of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does it. That did it. You got it there.
Does that work,
You should,
Titus?
yep, you should have Titus.
Yeah, I think so. It's in black and white. Is it
Yep,
supposed
that's
to be?
dark vision.
Okay.
And like outside of the black and white, is it like a darkish gray, bluish, purple color?
Yeah, kind of like a really, really dark, like deep purple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like smoke on the water, deep purple.
Yeah, that's what I see too.
Also,
during the-
Titus, since it's just lore and pet, I'm going to take your owl and just move it away for now since it's not an actual familiar.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get it mixed up.
Yeah, you're fine. I don't know if you remember, but I said that like that owl can just stay at like you can leave the token at our tavern
Oh, okay, no problem.
and just like lore wise it can just be kind of nearby in my
You
mind.
got it. Okay.
All right. All right. So, what's the plan? We gonna use knock on there and go in?
We should look into scaling the wall.
All right. Well, we got 1 minute on the clock.
Then this is probably a good place to call it.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the vision worked out. You've got your target worked out, and
We're ready for some breaking and
will you,
entering.
Were you up against that wall a moment ago there, Balazar?
No, I was.
Okay. What is the closest any of you have come to this wall before we depart? At
I'm
night.
right there peeking around the corner.
Okay, but at night, that's as close as anybody's been is there across the street, yes?
Right.
I'm right here.
I
Okay,
haven't
then
moved.
that's where we're going to leave it. That's a good spot. And everybody, thank you immensely. I hope you had fun. Appreciate you allowing me to meta through the cleric and the mortuary.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
All right.
pretty fun.
Yeah, that was actually really fun.
Good
Good,
session, people.
good.
Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of good information. You did some really good investigation and you asked some really good questions. And I had nothing